so far I have worked on 2 gloves, and now number 3 actually is going to be another extinct glove brand. It is Adidas. So we had the Kelly Black 110 model for the first glove we did. We had a 44 Pro, and now the Adidas EQT. So my cousin, different cousin, Sam, shout out, said this is the best glove he's ever had. He loves this glove, and I can understand why. It is great. It's unique, has some cool patterns all across it, but it's also a little worse for wear. But some of the parts, like the leather on the interior here, I can't really help out a whole lot with. But there are aspects of the laces being broken in some places where it was tightened up that I can certainly help with. So we're going to clean it, we're going to condition it, and then we are going to put some new black laces in there. It is a little bit unique in a couple of spots in just looking at it, that there's a hidden run that comes through here, so that's going to be a fun new little challenge. And it actually has that on both sides now that I look at it a little closer. We'll try to run through a couple of the laces that have popped out, and we're going to clean it. We're going to start with the cleaning. It's going to be from the Glove Lab once again, the shop made cleaner. And then when we condition, we're going to use the Valley Sporting Goods conditioner that made in Italy. It's really nice stuff. I like how the 44 turned out after using that. So we're going to clean it, condition it, and then get to relacing it. Stay tuned. So if you paid any attention to that speed delacing, I was kind of taking my time with it, not just cutting out, because like I said, there's a couple of runs that are a little different, I'm unfamiliar with. This iWeb is certainly one of the more interesting ones that I've worked with thus far, but I'm looking forward to it. We're going to get it cleaned up now, and if I think of anything along the way that I think is worth sharing, I certainly will. But man, the the history that this glove holds and what all the dirt that came out of it certainly was was fun. So let's give it a good cleaning. We're going to start with our thumb, then move to our pinky. Both of them similarly have hidden runs, which we've never done before, but we're excited for the opportunity today. I'm just going to keep it a basic relace for Sam, replacing black lace with black lace. We're going to push our way through here. We're going to go back through the hole we started in, right here. Back out this side. Whoop. Lost my lace. So the hidden run will go down, out, down here. See, we don't want to go through our actual hole. Now when coming back around, making sure it's not getting twisted, we're going to come back through. Now I used a smaller lacing needle pushing through here to make sure there's padding here that we're going to want to make sure we get through and keep it restrung. Now there is not a hole in this part of the glove, so that's where we're aiming to go through. And there you can see it kind of goes around and down inside there. And now, to finish this up, go back through. And snug, but not tight, as you know my favorite saying goes. And then we're going to just give it a little twist in here as it has come through to make sure our laces are facing the same way up. And then there we go. Part 1 complete. Alright, similar to the thumb, the pinky has a hidden run, 3 holes on this side, 4 holes on this side. We're going to pretty much do the exact same thing. Start in the second hole. Little half turn, quarter turn I should say, once we get through to kind of set up that a little bit better. Make sure that rough side is facing down. And again, we're going to run this through, but not actually through the leather. We're coming out on the inside here. Similar to the other side, I'm going to pull the pinky laces kind of out a little bit. Give myself a little bit more room. Now, obviously because it's because it is the pinky, it doesn't have the quick exit point like the thumb did, because it runs up the whole side. But alright, there's that. Now same thing as last time, you can use a dowel to make this hole run through, whatever you want, but just putting yourself in a situation that this will wrap around, go back inside the glove, and you want to make sure you get through this padding piece and the leather. And so I have my short lace needle right there so I can kind of find the access point a little bit easier. Honestly, this is one where the shorter run or shorter needle might be perfect for this run. And I'm going to try it. Yeah, the shorter needle. The shorter needle is the right call. The problem is that the lace is super thick and it makes it difficult for the lace or for the needle to stay on there. There we go. Aha, and we made sure we grabbed tight this time. Now the only thing I'm seeing right now is we're a little twisted, but we can get that switched around. Perfect. That was an easy twist. There we go. Now we're really making some progress here. All right, so we've skived our lace, basically cutting it in half so we could go and do the palm run here. Now we've got our knot tied, ready to go through. We'll make sure our smooth side faces up. The knot's secured there. Now the difficult part of the run is that you can see maybe these holes inside, and on this particular it doesn't actually go all the way through the glove. It stays here in the middle. So we'll go down here, out here, and then we have to, for every hole, one hole through here, there's two in here. You can see 1, 2, 1, 2. Trust me, 1, 2 up there. Just a matter of making sure we hit all of them. I'm going to try to attack part of this lace with the short. So we skip right here, and then we'll do that double up that we were talking about. Now I got a smaller lacing needle as part of like a bigger order with fastpitchgloves.com, and this is where I'm incredibly grateful that I decided to do that, because it works great for kind of the tight spaces. Now when you skive, sometimes the backside of the lace is still loose, so the remnants of the back of the lace can be on the glove. It's simple enough to get cleaned off. Now I do want to make sure we're pulling these tight. I don't want it to be super loose for sure. Alright, well, I just finished off this palm run. It was a little unique because I was looking where to go from here. I had to go back through. It actually comes out right through the thumb, and there's kind of some evidence of that when you look at it. There's clearly some rub right there that tells me that there was likely 2 laces through here. So, looks pretty solid. Now we're going to do the heel run. This thing's getting closer and closer to looking like a glove again. Now we're going to do the heel run. I talked about this a little bit as we came through here. We'll double up these 2 holes, but the overall run is very similar to the rest that we've been doing. We want to go and start this lace run about 3 holes deep right there, right? So we're going to come through here. Now this is a new lace. We finished off one doing the first couple things here on the glove. Alright, so we're in the top hole. We're going to come right back around. Now because we doubled through here, it's a little bit more difficult to get the lace to get back on the right track. Taking that lace tight against the heel. All right, to finish this off, if you remember back to the 44, we're gonna double back through this top spot and then slide down through these two laces and kind of cut right here. Stays on the inside. And there we go. All right, now that we have gotten the heel, the palm, and our thumb and pinky done, we are going to start on the eye web. Now the top of this is the same as every eye web we've done so far. We're going to make that kind of rectangle through here and connect it. The tricky one is going to be this one, but we'll work on that in separate from the top. So just like we've done in the past, we're going to start in on the left side and run it through down and out. So we're going to go through here, through the bottom. Making sure that smooth side is up. All right, the top part is done. And we're gonna have to take a mental break before we start doing this one. So now that I've gotten most of the way through, I'm going to switch to my shorter needle. I just think it'll be a little bit easier for this run through the actual eye web. We're coming down to the end of this Adidas glove. We're going to run lace through the top and then do all the way across the bridge, make a knot here, and then we'll wrap it up with finishing off at the wrist. But much like some of our others, we've treated the lace. We're going to tie a knot at the end, just a square knot. It's probably a little shorter than I want it to be, but it matches kind of what the rest of the glove already was. So go in. Now again, I know some places actually cut the laces so you don't have this long strand that you're dealing with, but I'm not confident enough in my skill set to do that yet. We're going to cross over here, make sure that the smooth side faces out, and come back through this side, out the front, then complete the crisscross up the top. Now you may remember the one place on gloves that we're typically okay with the rough side of the lace showing is right up here across the top on the back of the bridge run. So we'll go through there. Now this has taken some extra time to actually just get prepared to be ready because it was so filthy. A lot of good baseball played with this glove. There we go. The last thing we have to do with this glove is down here at the wrist. So we've got it really close, just have to finish it up. The only problem is I don't 100% know exactly where this run starts or how it goes, so we're going to be guessing together. In reality, there's a few things we know. One, leave enough here to tie off at the end. And two, this is an Adidas glove, so we have 3 stripes visible that we can see. Part of a branding thing, I'm sure. Wow. All right. What a run. Man, I totally get what Sam loved about this glove. This thing is awesome. All right. There we have it. Let's tighten up some ties here, but man, we did it. There you go, Sam. Actually all laced together again.